Power 92.
Your girl Maha, I am sitting next to Tommy Egan, y'all, from
Power.
How does it feel to be at Power?
Listen, it was wonderful to be at Power in New York, and it's even better to be at Power in the Chi.
Yeah, because what? You're from the Chi.
Absolutely, good to be back home.
Northwest side of Chicago. It feels so good being next to you. Joseph Sikora.
Nice, well done.
I said it right.
Power's a dope.
Because I know everyone probably says Sikora.
Yeah,
right?
There you go, yeah.
So shout out to Columbia College Chicago. Me and you are both graduates.
Hello,
Okay,
CCC.
turn up. How does it feel, like, you know, being in the city, you know, growing up here and, you know, just representing for Chicago?
It feels great. I mean, it took me 20 years to get a lead in a series. I've been acting professionally for 20 years, and I've done 40 television shows now, but Power is my first lead, and I think that part of that is just like you never give up. You keep doing it if it's a passion. But I always tell young actors when they say, what advice would you give a young actor starting out? I said, learn to pray or to meditate, and get ready for a life of rejection and people judging you constantly. And if you can't deal with that, then you shouldn't.
You need to have extremely thick skin for
skin.
Any, you know, type of entertainment.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I'm looking at these numbers. Okay, season 2 premiered your 1.43 million viewers, making it.
Watching that live, yeah,
That's
live.
insane.
That's great.
Like, how does it feel knowing that many people are watching you?
It feels really good. What feels even better is for the 2-day total to be 3.62 million.
That's insane.
Yeah, which is great, and even larger numbers with people DVRing it and streaming it for the week total. So those are significant numbers, and it's only going to grow because this season is so wonderful. Our show's creator, Courtney Agbo, is just such a brilliant woman, and the show that she created is going to gain steam, just like Curtis 50 Cent Jackson predicted before we even started the first season last year.
Yeah, 50 Cent, like, that is so dope. Okay, I'm glad you brought him up. How does it feel working with him?
Feels great. You know, he's not only an excellent and gifted businessman, he's also a really naturally gifted actor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like, you know, very few people really are. Especially people that transition from music
because it happens a lot.
Absolutely,
yeah.
And I don't think that necessarily, certainly everybody who's trying to do it, some people are just plain awful, but like people like Mark Wahlberg,
mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy's a brilliant actor, and 50 shares those same qualities, is that he's able to be truthful. You ask him a question, he'll do that take 100 times, and every time he's
dope.
Expecting a real answer.
That's dope.
And that's significant, and not everybody can do that, but 50 can.
That's
so
cool.
He's very blessed in that way.
That's what's up. I want to talk about your character, Tommy Egan. I kind of fell in love with you. You know what I mean? You are that, I kept saying, comedic hard ass that the show needed. Like, your sarcasm in the show is so dope, even though you get straight down to business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I thought I cooked the medium rare.
Yes, yes. So tell me about your character.
Well, I think that you really had it on point, that Tommy is that guy. I think that one of my favorite parts about the character as it's evolved over season 1 into season 2 is I think that I love that Ghost, played by our wonderful lead Omari Hardwick, another gifted actor. Yeah, he's not hard on the eyes for the ladies.
No, none of y'all are, okay?
But I think that he is now like a 14-year-old boy because he's in this relationship where Angela Laff, played by Leela Lauren wonderfully, is that he's kind of reverted back to his teenage years, and Tommy has as well, in the way that he's never been in love before. So we're watching him fall in love for the first time. So everybody's like, I can't believe, what are you doing, pillow talking? Tommy, what are you doing? And it's like, we do crazy stuff when we're in love for the first time. I think that we can all relate to that because people are hating it, and part of the reason that people are hating it so bad is they can see themselves when they made bad decisions.
Absolutely, absolutely. How do you get into that character? Because just talking to you right now, I can see that you are a whole different person. So, I mean, you got to do the whole New York accent.
Yes, yeah.
How, like, what do you have to do mentally to get into Tommy, you know?
Well, I'll tell you that I definitely, in the time growing up, I definitely always say that I met people like Tommy Egan in the way that I met men that had death in their eyes, you know, that were about that life.
Right.
And I wasn't. I mean, I was a graffiti writer since I was a young kid, and always that was my world. So it's kind of a peripheral, urban education, but the structure is the same in terms of, you know, what do I want to say, kind of a subculture, an urban subculture. So that structure remains the same. So you just kind of, then you play pretend. So getting into the character, I just used people that I knew in real life and also did some research. I based some of Tommy on Dutch Schultz, the gangster from
And that makes sense,
New York,
yeah.
who was 0 to 60 and kind of a crazy guy, but always was also known to get drunk and break down crying to Lucky Luciano. And like, I'm so sorry I acted like that.
Right.
So there is that thing. And then about the New York accent is it's funny, sometimes people will be like, oh, you sound like you're from Boston. I said, maybe in real life I do because I've been in New York so long. So Chicago and New York combined, maybe they're like, I can't quite place that urban accent. So I'm like, you get away with it. But on the show, I sound like I'm from New York, and I don't want to get different.
You do.
And you know it. And the thing is, the only thing is that yesterday, remember at the premiere, or at the showing, Martina, that we, a girl from New York is like, you don't sound like you're from Queens. And I was like, where, well, what are you talking about? Yeah, I do. She goes, no, you sound like you're from the Bronx. And I said, that's funny because my dialect coach is from the Bronx.
So you have a dialect coach?
Oh, yeah. Bobby McMurray. Thank you, Bobby.
That's so dope. I just thought it was
Irish white boy from the projects in South Bronx. Yeah.
That is so dope. Okay, I want to talk about, let's talk, the rapping scene. Oh, are you going to be on tour or something?
She loved it. I love when people are like hating on that scene. I'm just like, first off, I didn't write it. 50 did. And it's a 50 imitation. I'm doing that. Her birthday can beauty hit me, Gatsby. Me and her.
Can you spit something right now? Man, are you freestyling?
I mean, I freestyle a little bit. I feel like I could die. I'm here with Maha, with the power. I've been on for an hour just talking, just rapping, just macking. That's how I do. Martinez in the back end. We just sitting here talking and rapping. There we go on the south side. Shot town, my town.
There it is. So I want to congratulate you because season 3 you guys just renewed for that turn.
Yes, thank you. I love being employed.
Yeah, I mean, you and me both.
Yeah.
So turn up for that. Any more projects?
Power. It's power.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm hustling. I mean, I've been auditioning like crazy for movies. Nobody's hiring. I keep, putting up for sale, but I got nobody buying it.
Well, you know what? They need to because I'm
They're about to. They're about to because the stock's about to go up.
I know. Like, I'm telling you, I really fell in love with you.
Thank you.
Like, your character is probably, I mean, don't go and tell nobody, but yours is probably my favorite just because you do need that, sarcastic ass.
Yeah, and a guy who's real, but also I think that it was part of the attraction for Tommy is Tommy is loyal. And you know that if stuff went down, Tommy's showing up.
Tommy's gonna be there. I almost forgot. You guys have a lot of sex on the show, okay?
Yes.
You have a nice ass, by the way.
Thank you. Not bad for a white boy, right?
It's there, okay? You got a booty. So I always, have seen these sex scenes and stuff. How do they film it? Like, are you guys, you were butt naked. I know they were all butt naked, but there were some scenes where they weren't showing the lower half. Like, do you guys cover that? How does it?
Yeah, so I put my penis in a sock.
Okay.
Yeah,
really?
To be very, very sterile about it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's called a cock sock, and you put that on, and she has what is called a vaginal dam.
What is
which is
that?
It's like a piece of material that goes over her butthole, is what I say, right? And vagina.
Yeah.
And so like the bits knock against each other and stuff, but it's like you got 30 dudes watching you, or predominantly male, which we should have more women in crew. Martina is the makeup artist who helps me out on the promotion, but she also works on Chicago Fire.
Oh, well. Okay. What's up?
And she's a fellow born and bred Chicagoan from the north side, from Irving and Ashland.
Okay, all Chicagoans.
I like that. So yeah, so it's like it's pretty sterile, but so it's shot well. So you give credit to the people that be like Lucy Walters, who plays Holly, who's a wonderful actress.
You were banging the blank out of her.
Yeah, well, she deserved it.
That's hilarious. Are you comfortable having sex on the camera?
Yeah, I don't mind.
I mean, you look very comfortable.
I don't mind.
How does your wife feel about it?
She's in the business as well. My wife is a makeup artist as well. We met on Boardwalk Empire. I was on the pilot of Boardwalk Empire with Hans Schroeder. I love that character. I was actually much thicker, much more muscular, bigger boy at that time.
Still kind of thick.
But I got a little bit.
Okay.
Gotta keep in shape for those sex scenes. But yeah, so my wife she's like, I don't like watching it, but I get it,
I mean, what if it was? I mean, does she do a lot of scenes like that?
She does 0 scenes like that. She better not. She's putting makeup on
people. Okay, wife. So, where can the people stalk you? I know you got an Instagram. I was over there double tapping on it.
Yeah, Joseph Sikora 4 on the Instagrams and the Twitter, and it is JOSEPHSIKORA, the number 4.
Sikora, guys.
There you go, Sikora.
Well, Power 92 is home, so you can come here whenever you want. You can
I love
talk
you
to
guys.
Me, okay, we love
Yes.
you. Tommy Egan, you little badass.
Power.
I like you.
Saturday, 9 p.m.
Saturdays. Tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. I love you.
I love you too.
And your butt is nice.
I love you even more. So what, you think you're about the streets? Well then I know you're listening to Power and I know you're watching Power. Power 92, Power on Stars, 9 p.m. on Saturdays. Get about it.